Hi, everybody.
Everyone.
Oh,
Hey.
so let me know what you're reading in the comments. And Mr. Francie, what are you reading?
I will be continuing on with the massively tall and wide Dracula.
Are you still liking
I'd
it?
like to. Yeah, I'm loving it so far. I think it's really well written and really interesting. I'd like to get about halfway through the book by the end of the sprint if I can. So we'll see how we go.
Cool.
Nice.
How about you, Tiffany?
I'm reading Much Ado About Nutmeg, which is I don't remember what number, but it's part of the Pancake House series by Sarah Fox. And then at 7:30, I'm hoping to watch the Leafs Lightning game, but during the sprint. And maybe some while we're talking.
I have two middle grade books. I think I might listen to a little bit of the Penderwicks and then read some of Spineless.
Oh, I'm also reading number 4 in the Sleepover Friends for middle grade May.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
I'm rereading all the Sleepover Friends. That's thanks to Lee because she did it. And I was like, oh, I'd forgotten all about those. Like, yeah. So I'm really excited to be doing that.
Right.
Hi, Cation.
Hi, Cajun. Hi, Nancy. Says reading The White Christmas Inn by Colleen Wright. And Green Stick, she's reading, or she just says hi, Cajun, and everyone else, Nancy and everyone. She's not reading anything yet. Let me know what you're reading. And Jeff says, hello, I've been slaving away all day hauling soil for a raised bed garden and more than ready to curl up with a good book for the rest of the night. Yes, that sounds
good.
like a tough one.
Very productive day. What good book are you curling up with?
And Cozy Reading with Michelle says, hi, everyone, reading Chocolate Chip Cookie Murder.
Oh my gosh, I think it's number 1 of the series that shall not be named.
She was talking about it in my Discord, and I go, oh, that's the series you shall not be named in the Cozy one.
Oh, really?
Cozy.
And it's the first one, right? That's number 1, right?
Number 1.
Yeah. You're good to go. You're good to go, Cozy Michelle. It's only until you get to book 15. Then after that, I take no responsibility for feelings.
We'll be reading I Believe in a Thing Called Love by Maureen Gu. Probably will switch to White Teeth later.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hi, Jane.
Hi, Jane.
And Green Stick Cottage said, I will be alternating between reading East of Eden and viewing and answering my family's video messages.
Oh, nice.
Hi, Amberjen.
Hey.
And Jane says, continuing with Betrayal and Death by J.D. Robb and listening to Dracula later.
Excellent.
And Anita says, I'm in the middle of cooking my dinner, which is cheese tortellini, and I will be reading The Duke for Diana. Cool.
Yum. Nice.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, I figured that's what you meant, Anita, dinner. Cajun said, reading Death of a Wicked Witch, the Haley Powell food and cocktail mystery number 13.
I love that series.
Mel Mac says, hi, Stormy. Hi, Mr. Francie. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, everyone. I'm reading Murders No Road to Confidence by Kristen Breacher, number 1 in the Candlemaker. I'm 50 pages and 5 chapters in.
Excellent.
And Jane says, hi, everyone. And Susan says, hi, everyone. I'm reading Comic Sans Murder, which I started last week, but put it down for some reason and starting again.
Excellent.
I've got to remember that I have to put that in my, things I need to read. That reminds me, we're talking about something tomorrow, aren't we? And I don't think I've read anything. Or is it just...
Tomorrow is a general day.
Oh, it's just a freebie. Okay, good.
It's the only freebie I think in May. May's pretty packed because of all the other things that we missed, but tomorrow is a general day. I mean, we might, if we want to, talk about the holiday scavenger hunt pick, because since I was sick, we were supposed to do that last week, but whatever we all feel up to.
Cool. Hi, Hannah says, hi, I'm not sure if I'm going to read. I'm really tired and kind of burnt out.
Then don't. I would suggest you do something completely different that you just want to do for the night.
Don't force it, because then you'll get in a slump, and then that's worse.
That's right.
Amber just says, I'm going to take a break from Dracula. I'll read the rest of the Kindle Faraway short story collection. I have 2 more stories to go.
Nice.
Nice.
Hi, Annie says, hi, everyone. Listening to Enola Holmes #1. I listened to that one a few years ago. I remember liking it, but then I never continued with the series like I do all the time. So. And Everton said, so I'll finish a series from my sales list. Okay.
Yay.
Awesome.
Hi, Cozy.
Hey,
Says, hello. Tomorrow is General and Ketchup. Yeah, okay.
Hi, Jesse.
Hi, Jesse. And then Cozy says, I put up a channel on Discord for people to talk about Bookman Dead Style and Discord. Yeah, we talked about it there a little bit.
Good.
Kind of gave like what we are like, little thought and rating or whatever.
Gotcha. We can mash up all those.
Mag said, Lee is not here, but in her honor, I just want to establish that we are Team Cherry.
Well, every wrong person can find another.
Anna says, yeah, I think I'm going to listen to an audiobook.
Good.
Nice.
And Cozy says, I'm listening to a short audiobook while I finish up dishes. I forgot the name.
Nice.
And that's the end of the comments. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There is.
Gotcha.
I told my dad to get out his GPS, and he goes, I can't work that thing half the time. And hi Joe says, hi all, I'm reading 2 Wicked Desserts by Lynn King. Cool. That's the Kitchen Witch.
I really like the Kitchen Witch series by Lynn Cahoon. I enjoy it. Are you enjoying it, Joe? That's my middle name spelled like that too. I don't see a lot of J-O's.
Get out of things and lay down. Sorry. Dresden is getting into things. She doesn't normally get into things. What's your problem? Lay down.
He's feeling frisky. Yeah. I was laughing at Melmac.
Birds of a feather flock together, yeah. Says, I want to finish Death of a Krabby Cook, 75% done.
I need to look and see if I read that, because I feel like I read that or the Biscuit Bowl one, but I can't remember. I gotta go to Goodreads, although that's not always accurate.
Okay, so I'm texting my father just in case I get quiet here for a minute. Okay. My brother, he ran out of gas, and so he has to take him some gas, but he's not sure where my brother's at currently, and he's afraid he's going to get lost. So,
gotcha. Well, do whatever you need to do for that situation. Yeah. I'm looking on Goodreads to see if I read Death of a Krabby Cook. I feel like I bought that and a Biscuit Bowl one at the same time, because that's when I was reading print books, all print. Death of a Krabby Cook. It does say I read it. I did not like it.
Uh-oh.
I gave it. Well, I shouldn't say I didn't. Well, I mean, I gave it 2 stars, which, I mean, it means that I didn't like it very much, I guess. I don't know why I didn't write anything. I just gave it 2 stars. I was thinking I'd read it. That's
one of those that it didn't stick in your mind. If you can't, you the title did.
Yeah, I had to.
You didn't remember it enough to.
Yeah, having to go and see if I even check to see if I read it is probably a clue. The other thing is, I think sometimes, the whole going in expecting too much. I've been really, really wanting for a long time to find a really good food truck cozy, because I just think that's a fun premise. So maybe I went in with too high expectations. But there's also a series that I don't remember what the series is, but it's like a Biscuit Bowl, and it's also like a food truck. And I think I read the first one in that too. I'm going to have to try to find out what I'm talking about here.
Melmac said she won a copy of 2 Wicked Desserts this week and ordered 3 Tainted Teas, which should be arriving tomorrow and will be on my June TBR.
Oh,
Nice.
nice, Mel.
So Tiffany, I know you read the first Biscuit Bowl. I don't know about this one. I had to buy it since library only had 3.
I did read the first Biscuit Bowl. I gave it 3 stars. It's in, and that is the name of the series, Biscuit Bowl Food Truck. Told you I want food trucks. That's funny.
Oh, Cozy Reading with Michelle says, my Goodreads just deleted 2 of my last 2 reads, and I was not happy. Thank goodness it was the last 2 and I could remember.
Maybe that's what's happened to me, Michelle. Maybe it's not me not putting it in. It's Goodreads deleting it. That's what I'm going with. Thank you, Michelle. I knew Goodreads.
And Hannah, my dad can text. It just takes him forever. And his problem is he doesn't know how to work the GPS. So I'm gonna go downstairs and see if I can like put him in the right path of the GPS during this sprint. So I'll probably be gone, and I think you're gonna go eat. So it might be dark here.
I can wait till you get back, or I'll eat next sprint.
I'll be here.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Francis will be here. Okay, so
yeah,
I'm going to put my little banner up here, and we will read to the top of the hour, and hopefully I can get my dad straightened out, and I'll be right back.
Yes.
Happy reading,
everyone.
Happy reading.
Okay, so how did everybody do?
Good. I am a quarter of the way through Dracula, which is a good start, I guess. I'd like to get to the halfway mark, but here's something interesting. I never thought I would laugh listening to Dracula, but I've been laughing for the majority of that sprint.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So really enjoying it.
I remember whenever I was listening to it, and it was years ago, that I thought it was boring. So all you guys are like, "Oh, this is so interesting. This is so fun. I like this," and I'm like, maybe I missed something. I don't know.
Did you physically read it?
No, I listened to the one with all the whole cast, like with Tim Curry
Oh,
and
okay.
them on there.
Yeah, that's what I'm listening to. Okay.
And I'm going to apologize for the dog if you can hear her, because Dad's not here. He went to pick up to get gas for my brother, and so she's downstairs wondering where he is and hollering.
Oh, sweet baby. I ate, and then I've been looking to try to find the Toronto game. It's supposed to start at 7:30, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it or not. So we will see. And yeah, that was my whole sprint. I wanted to say, I know, because it's going to take a while before we get to her. Tammy, like Cornflower Blue. I saw in the Discord that she put all that was going on with her family. She just came in and said, "Hey, can't stay." I don't know if she's still here, but I just wanted to say we're thinking about you. Very sorry to hear all that's going on. We hope Anne is okay. And Bob. And
Bob.
And Bob.
Yes.
Normally I, combine it. But it's, we tell your mom we're thinking of her. So anyways, just wanted to make sure I got that in and she's probably gone, but just in case.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I listened to the Penderwicks after I got done with showing my dad on the GPS where the place was he needed to go. And I don't remember where I started, but I'm at 25% anyway. So I think I'm on chapter 5, I think. So it's not too bad. It's kind of funny. There's a part where Batty is the youngest girl, and she almost got in a mess with a bull, and she has three other sisters, because this is for the prompt of large family, and they're supposed to watch her whenever they're out, and they didn't watch her very well, so she went under the gate and got into where the bull was. So they had to do this whole thing to like rescue her. And then they're like, Daddy would make sure that bull wouldn't hurt me. He goes, "We're not going to tell Daddy about this." And she's like, "Why not?" Because then they would think we weren't taking good care of you. And he goes, "Well, you weren't." It was funny. I was like, that's the littlest one, She's like, "Well, you weren't."
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Because I can just see that, like a family, the littlest one probably would say that. "Well, you weren't." And so Cozy says, "Well, you also have very questionable quote cozies at 4 stars. It's just your basic cozy so far, and I'm enjoying all aspects." So Tiffany,
me?
Yeah, she said you've gave 4 stars to some questionable cozies, so she doesn't know.
Questionable cozies to you? Sometimes we like different things, Cozy.
I think it's because you gave some to like the ones that she's reading now, and she's like, "I can't believe you gave those 4 stars." And you're like, "Well, if I read them now, you probably wouldn't give them."
That could be too. I'm just
like
giving
some of the more edgier cozies that are kind of edgy now, but maybe not back then.
I'm just teasing her anyways. Yeah. But yeah, there are definitely books that I've read quite a while back that I would not give the same rating to, for sure.
She says JJ Cook is Biscuit Bowl Food Truck.
Got it. And I read the first one of that, 3 stars.
And Cajun says, "Hannah, mine still has a flip phone and no desire to upgrade." Yeah, I almost kind of wish I never had my father upgrade. It would be so much easier if he didn't have a smartphone, because then I have to answer a million questions about what he's supposed to do with his smartphone.
Oh,
how do I do this? Oh, this is on my phone. What do I do? Push this button right here. It's like, because that's what he says. I can't work the GPS half the time. And so I had to go down there and I had to put it on a screen. And I'm like, now don't move it, don't touch it. And then when you're ready, push start. I said, but then you have to listen to what the lady says, because he'll want to go his way and not follow the way of the GPS, and then wonders why they're trying to tell him to go a different way. So and Cozy says, Cajun, LOL, didn't know you could still get flip phones. Yes, you can, because one of the older guys that are at our Denny's, he still has a flip phone. And whenever he has to get a new phone, he still gets a new flip phone.
Wow.
He will not upgrade. And I'm glad, because I have to help him with his flip phone. And that's hard for me because I'm not used to the flip phones with the ones where you have to push the A, until you get the number 1, till you get to the B, and then you try to, and I have to add like names into his phone for him. And it's like, okay, now how do I do this? And it takes me a few minutes to figure out how to operate it, because I don't operate those.
Yeah.
And Jesse says, we're listening to Abandoned in Death by J.D. Robb.
Nice.
2 J.D. Robb people in here tonight. And Hannah says, K-Jen, OMG, same. My mom doesn't know how to use her phone. And just today I had to find the messenger button for another older lady that was at coffee with us, because she's like, it just disappeared. I don't know what happened. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure you probably disappeared it on accident, because my dad does that, but I'll find it for you. So I did. And Hannah says, Cozy, yes, and they look so bad. Yeah. Joe says, Mr. Francie, I always curious as to what time it is where you are.
Oh, thank you, Joe. Currently it is 9:07 a.m.
On Saturday.
Yes, sorry, on Saturday.
Well, no, I was just making sure in my mind that I had it straight.
Right. Yeah, morning sprints for me. In the future.
And Cajun said, Cozy, they've had them forever and just refuse to get new ones. Yeah. Well, the thing is with the one older couple, it's funny because his wife has a smartphone, but she doesn't know how to work it. She just has it. And then he has the flip phone, but he's the one that does everything anyway. So he has his flip phone. But I mean, she holds it. She goes, I have it, but I don't know what to do with it. She just keeps it in her purse. So it's like,
it's an accessory.
Why did you even get one? And his son tries to get him to upgrade, and he's like, no, I'm fine. I can operate this one. And I'm like, yes, please don't, because then that makes more trouble for me. And Gaten says, my stepmother turned her phone off because she thought if someone called her, it would turn the phone on. Yeah. Cozy said, Tiffany, you probably didn't like Death of a Krabby Cook because the main character only worked part-time for her aunt's food truck, and there was a lot of focus on the mystery.
Oh,
that probably was it then.
That's a good reason.
I actually enjoyed the mystery, and I like the setting and the characters. Hi, Karen says, hi, everyone. Tonight I'm reading Stalingrad by Vasily Grossman. I probably pronounced that wrong. And then Cozy says, Maple Drizzle Murder by Rosie A. Point is what I'm listening to for Iowa for the Cozy Road Trip Challenge. Cool.
Nice.
Says, normally her books are just okay to me, but this one I'm enjoying.
Yeah, I agree, Cozy. Her books are very hit or miss. I mean, they're all okay, but then there's a few that are always like, that was pretty good.
Hi, Bev.
Hey, Bev.
Oh, and there's that part where she said she was going to have to go, cornflower. And Cozy says, I have 25 minutes left in the audiobook. And Cozy Reading with Michelle says, I read 2 chapters of Chocolate Chip Murder up to page 52.
You doing okay, Michelle? It's all going. I'm kidding. I really do mean that was one of my favorite series. It just
slowly went downhill. And Jane says up to 58% of betrayal and death. Read a scene that was holy fridge, it was graphic.
Ooh, I don't think I can do it.
Now, was it holy fridge? It was graphic, like gory, or was there a sex scene? Because I know that's like, I think has romance in that too. So I don't know.
Right.
And Green Stick Cottage says, finished chapter 15 of East of Eden and caught up from 21 hours ago to 5 hours ago on my family. Wow.
Nice.
Y'all must talk a lot. It says family video messages. Wow.
Gotcha.
That's a lot of video messages to go through. Yeah. And Anita says, I read a chapter and I finished my tortellini.
Nice, Anita.
And then there's hugs to you. And Susan said, got through the first 2 chapters of Comics and Murder.
Excellent.
Adrian got up to 53%. And Cav says, something in style with the Pendorix.
Dined.
Might be a dined in style with the Pendorix, maybe.
Yeah. I think so.
I'm 80% in.
Excellent.
It's not bad so far. It's just about a family that have moved to a cottage for like the summer, and not no action or anything like that I like. So it's just, that's why I was like, I'll just listen to it a little bit at a time, and I should be able to finish it before the end of the month. So. And Nancy says, I'm at 56%. I'm really enjoying. I love Dracula. I read a few years ago. Never did the audio. I'm due for a reread. It's on my card for rereading. Cool.
Nice.
Andrea,
hey, Andrea
says, I started a brand new book, only 15 pages or so into it, but I also ate dinner. Uh-oh. What did you have for dinner?
Yes. What did you have for dinner? I was talking about you just the other day. I think it was on Wednesday. Yeah. I was saying that you joined all of the readathons, Mr. Francie's and National Lampoons, and yeah, we were talking about how cool that was.
Yes,
thank you, Andrea.
This is her daddy. And sometimes when I'm trying to sleep at night and he goes to the bathroom, you can hear him like, or hear her like hollering, and I'm like, oh. Hi, Sarah. I actually saw you down there. I'm really proud of you. And so Amberjen said, just finished one story. I have one more left.
Nice.
And Hannah says, I made myself read Dim Sum of All Fear. Made it to 69%. Also watched some Pig Royalty.
Nice.
Excellent.
Hannah.
Interesting. Melmac said 44 pages.
I don't know exactly what that is, but go for it.
And Cajun says Pig Royalty. That was my question too. Pig Royalty. And Nancy said, books are a matter of personal taste and everyone is different. I agree sometimes and sometimes not. Yep.
True.
And Cajun says, OMG, they call from Alabama saying, I can't make this picture go away on my computer. We're talking about parents and technology.
Every few days, my mother comes to me with her cell phone. Find me another book to listen to. I'm like, what do you want?
Yeah, we were talking because I had to go downstairs and like show my dad where the GPS was and like put in the coordinates and told him when you get ready, push start so that he could follow it to find out where my brother was because he had to go get him some gas. And he's listened to 3 chapters while sitting outside, just relaxing, watching the birds and bunnies.
Nice.
Mel says Pig Royalty sounds like the name of Jethro's future TV show, the one that will make him a star.
You know what? It really does.
Yeah, it does.
It
Absolutely.
does.
And Amberjen said, funny thing, flip phones are still popular in Japan. Same with faxing.
Really?
Interesting.
And Nancy says, I think Australia is like 16 hours ahead. I have several friends there.
No, I'll take your word for
it. Probably somewhere around there. Depending on where you are in the US, maybe.
Yeah.
Where you are in Australia, because Australia is around the world.
Yeah.
That's a good point too. Yep.
And Cajun says, Melmac, I honestly wondered if it had something to do with Jethro. Cozy says, making my mom a homemade Mother's Day card while listening to you guys.
Oh, that's
Oh.
sweet.
And so it is about time to sprint. So, Sarah, what are you
Oh,
reading?
yeah.
I'm just pulling it out. If the Shoe Fits by Julie Murphy, which is why did I almost say Superman retelling? Cinderella retelling. Featuring a reality dating show. I'm
I
about
think I've heard of
the
that.
way into it. I'm actually listening to it on audio, even though I have the physical edition. So
Oh, sounds good.
I think
Nice.
I've heard of that one. The
she's
title.
the author who wrote Dumpling,
Oh, okay.
the big
Oh,
YA
right,
one.
right.
Yeah. And our heroine is plus size, which I'm kind of loving.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Nice.
I did find the hockey game. It starts in 14 minutes, so I will be watching that. It's not the Blues, it's the Toronto and Lightning game. Leafs to Lightning game.
Mhm.
Since I'm in Tampa Bay, of course they're going to show the Tampa Bay game. So,
Are you going to root for anybody or are you just watching?
oh, I'm totally rooting for the Maple Leafs. Yeah.
Good girl.
Yeah.
We need it.
I mean, it's like killing two birds with one stone. I want to see Tampa get knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
And two, I love Austin Matthews. But after that, I won't root for them anymore in the in the conference. But they have a job to do, and that is to beat Tampa.
There you go. So hopefully they do their job tonight. So
Exactly.
okay, with that, everybody, happy reading.
Happy reading, everyone.
Reading.
So how did everybody do?
Read a couple chapters. Ate a slice of pizza. Very productive.
Yeah, sounds productive. How about you, Mr. Francie?
I am about halfway through chapter 8 of Dracula, and yeah, still very much enjoying it.
Cool. Tiffany, did you read any or did you watch your?
Neither. The game was blacked out on the channel that I had it on, so I've been trying to find it on another channel or
Oh no.
one of the billions of streaming services I have, but Hulu's not showing it. ESPN Plus is not showing it. Paramount Plus isn't showing it.
Garrett's got it on downstairs.
But the Leafs are up 2-0.
Yeah, I heard it. I heard the woohoo.
It's okay, Kairu. I'm sorry.
Well, I read about, I don't know, somewhere like 17 pages of Spineless by Samantha San Miguel. It's kind of cute. It's about Algie, who wants to be a naturalist, and it's in the wilds of the late 19th century South Florida. And so he wants to be a naturalist, and he's there. He's got asthma, so that's not really good for somebody who wants to be a naturalist. And so they've gone down to a health resort there to see if that helps him with his asthma. And he's hoping to discover something new while he's there.
That's awesome.
And he's found these two girls, and they're like really, really spunky. So it's kind of funny because he seems like nerdy, and then they're like, on the cover, one's got a hatchet and the other one's got a rope. So they're like more like Indiana Jones or whatever. And here he is with his suspenders and his umbrella hat. I said they should have put the umbrella hat on the cover because they talk about his umbrella hat all the time. And Nancy says, well, ahead of my EST zone, that is, where we lost a whole day when we flew to Australia. So
Yeah.
Okay, baby.
And Anita says, Mr. Francie, every time you're with us, you're traveling to the past.
Yes, it's fun.
Time zones are weird.
And Melmac said, Cajun, too funny. I think it's a reality show. The pig, whatever.
The pig royalty.
Pig royalty, yeah. Cajun says, that's so sweet, Cozy. I sent my stepmother rainbow-colored roses. I've never seen that before, so the picture was beautiful. Well, that sounds pretty.
Yeah, that sounds really pretty.
And Cozy Reading with Michelle says, yes, Tiffany, it's going well. I am really enjoying it. I'm now going into it, they're probably going to get mad at some point. So
Well, not for a really long time.
Yeah.
The series is great for quite a while. You're good to go for a while.
And Jane says, there's a beating followed with a violent sex act and murder. Okay. Yeah.
What are you reading? 50 Shades of Cozy Mysteries? Like, what's happening?
She's reading J.D. Rod. So
oh, never mind. Okay.
Betrayal and Death is what she's reading.
Say no more.
Yeah.
The 50 Shades of
in
Cozy Mysteries.
The In Death series has a leading man named Rourke, who is all kinds of fine. Oh, hi, Sarah.
Hello.
And Jane says, yeah, I know, Melmac, a fine cup of Irish coffee.
Oh, I like that.
And Nancy says, we had meatloaf, mashed cauliflowers, and veggies for dinner, Tiffany. Meatloaf is a real comfort food for me. I love it.
I like meatloaf too. Yum.
I like meatloaf sandwiches. Andrea said, spaghetti. I did join them all. I'm not sure if I was crazy to join all the readathons or not. Seriously, though, I'm having fun. Yeah.
Oh,
that's all that matters.
As long as you have fun.
And Green Stick Cottage says, I have a total of 22 kids and grandkids, so it adds up to a lot of communications. What that does, yeah. Especially if they all send a video message. Whew.
Seriously.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Wow.
And Cozy says, I just finished my 5th book for Mr. Francie's Readathon, and I'm close to getting my bingos for vacation readathon. Wow.
Awesome.
Oh, fantastic, Cozy. Well done.
And she also said, Cajun, oh, that sounds beautiful. The flower.
Mhm.
And Mel said, hi, Sarah. Are you team cherry or team lemon?
Is this for like slushies, I guess you'd call them?
Yeah, they were talking about Italian ice the other day. And
I'm always team grape. Always.
Oh.
I love grape. Grape pop, grape slushies. That's my thing.
I do too. I like grape slushies, and I like grape soda too. So yeah.
Love it.
And Hannah says, LOL, Pig Royalty is a reality show about 2 families that show pigs in Texas. The kids are my favorite. They're so okay.
Wow. Okay.
Nancy says, all I know is when we went to Australia, we left on Friday and landed on Sunday, and it was really weird. The flight was 17 hours from Dallas. It was an experience. Yeah. That's like going to the Philippines is like daylight, and then you land and it's dark, and then it's like, where did my day go?
When my parents went to Australia in 74, 75, my dad told me that it was 26 hours, but they had a layover in Hong Kong or something like that. They flew into Sydney. So yeah, he's like, we lost like a day and a half.
Yeah.
And if you're going to go, like Dad said, like they went for 6 weeks. He's like, you don't fly for 26 hours to go for a week or 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Go, you know, like.
Yeah, when we went to the Philippines, we stayed there. We stayed there as long as we could because you could only stay there for I think 23 or 24 days without a visa or whatever.
Okay.
So we stayed there as long as we could, and then we went home. But yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah, if you're gonna fly that long a time, I'm like want to enjoy myself and stay there. That's a long flight to have to, and it's 14 hours on just one airplane. So it's like,
And I'd be thinking the whole time, do we have enough fuel? Is there enough fuel in this? I just want to make sure.
Hopefully they have more than one gas tank in this thing.
Right? Yeah. Where can we stop and fill up?
And Hannah said, Tiffany, you should have your camera on so that we can see your reaction to the game.
I'm so.
Once she finds it.
Oh, it's definitely not on. I have flipped. I mean, I have looked and looked. I might go and watch it though somewhere because
that's a bummer.
Because then the Blues will play at 9:30.
And you can't get it like on your phone or anything like that to watch it. Or
the only way I got it was it's just showing like I can get like the not picture but like
the high, yeah.
Well, but not well. I mean, I can get that, but like live action, like. It's just like a rink that's drawn and then it shows like
people doing
like here's the puck and it's like no,
that's a bummer. And with Michelle says, I've got to run. Enjoying your sprints and reading. It's been lovely. Thanks again, Storm, for hosting. Yeah. You're probably already gone, but bye. And Mel says, Jane, yes, that's a nice description of work. And hi, Snazzy Moose says, hello. I hope I didn't join in at the end. I will be listening into the Drowning Deep by Myra Grant while I do some housework. Cool.
A horror. Very good.
Nadine says, hi, everyone. Just got here. What did I miss? This evening I was starting By the Book or by Crook, #1 in the Lighthouse Library Mystery by Eva Gates. That's a good one. I like that series.
I like that series too.
Jane says that 85% of betrayal and death in the MC Eve acts like Faustina, the Snow Queen, very hard and tough, but has a heart under it all. Some awe moments in this book. So you get the oh, that's graphic, and then the awe. All in the same book. That's good. Come on, there we go. And Hannah says, I made it to 53% of Survive the Night, the book that Tiffany would be too scared to read. But Mr. Francie, I recommend it to you.
Nice. Thank you.
And
Moving on.
Yeah.
and he just said, I finished Duke for Diane 4 stars, and now I'm starting Fudging the Books by Daryl Woodcover.
Nice.
Green Stick Cottage says, read chapter 16 of East of Eden and chapter 11 of A Wrinkle in Time.
Nice.
Like, 2 very different books.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Mm.
Jared says, just joining in to say hi. Hi, Jared.
Hi, Jared.
Cajun says up to 71%. And
Nice.
Amber Jen got 2/3 done with my last short story. It's really good. And Hannah says, maybe you can do a StreamYard with Sarah and watch the game, Tiffany.
I'll just put my laptop downstairs and just have Garrett aiming at the TV.
There you go.
There you go.
I like it.
And Jane said, Mr. Francie, you're almost to where I am in Dracula.
Ooh, catching up, Jane.
And Cass said, finished the Pinderwicks. Really enjoyed it, but I'm curious to know if anyone is reading it with their kids. It's almost like it's a children's book written for adults. Very gentle and sweet and funny.
Nice.
And Cajun says, yeah, high humidity does wonders for asthma.
That's true.
Mel said 16 pages and 2 chapters.
Very good.
And Green Stick Cottage says, I finished chapter 5 of Dracula earlier today. Looks like I need to pick up the pace to catch up with Mr. Francie and Jane.
Just enjoy the read.
And Hannah says, I love meatloaf. I might have that for dinner. Thanks, Nancy. Jessica and hello, everyone. Hi. Says, I'm super late, but I'm here for the last print. That's okay.
Mhm.
And I'm not quite sure what that is, Mel.
I think it's grapes.
Great.
Bunch
Is
of
it grape?
grapes.
Oh, it probably is for the grape soda.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because here we go. There's a cherry, I think, for Team Cherry.
Team Lemon.
And Mel says, in the In Death series, the MC Eva has a rough past. She is a tough cookie. And Jane says, Hannah, we should chat after you're done reading Survive the Night. I've already read it.
Is that the one by Riley Sager?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have it from NetGalley, I think. I need to get to it.
I need to try another one of his books. I didn't like Final Girls. I DNF'd it, and now I've been leery about picking another one up. I think I want to try like the Haunted House one or something.
Ooh.
I think there's a Haunted House one. I thought maybe I might like that one. I don't know. Recommend one to me. I don't know.
There you go.
And Hannah says, LOL, Tiffany, I wouldn't recommend a scary book to you. I know better.
Good job.
And Jane says, definitely, Mel. She had a bad childhood, very tough to read about. Hannah says, Jane, yes, I have so many feelings. I'm at the diner scene. And Mel says, yeah, but Tiffany is scared of things like the Wizard of Oz.
Hey, those monkeys are scary.
Hey,
There you
did any of you ever see was it Return to Oz? When
Yes.
you were a kid,
Oh,
and there's
yes.
a scene with the heads on the spikes that destroyed my childhood. Like destroyed.
It's a kids' movie, apparently.
Apparently. Yeah.
Well, Cajun agrees. Hey, those flying monkeys are scary.
See?
And
Yes,
then, of course,
they
Hannah
do.
says, exactly, Mel Mag.
Push to go.
And hi, Viv. She said, just got back, had breakfast
Ooh.
for dinner, and did some chit-chatting with my boyfriend about my day with our nephew. Cool.
Love
Nice.
breakfast for dinner.
And Hannah says, this is my second Sager book, and I didn't like Final Girls either. I really like this one.
Okay.
I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about Survive the Night, so I don't know. And Jessica said, Lock Every Door was a good one.
Okay.
Mel Max says, they're a bit scary. I'd be a bit leery of cackling flying monkeys. Oh, she says not a cherry, but a steak because I'm having steak and butter for dinner. I'm maintaining neutrality in the
And the
Italian.
Italian ice wars.
There's no Switzerland in
Switzerland,
Italian ice.
And he says I liked Lock Every Door by Riley Sager and the haunted house one too.
What are you doing, baby?
Steak could be mistaken. Steaks could be mistaken for cherries. Both are kind of tomatoes. Well, when they're like really tiny on my screen,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to
Yeah,
like.
it's hard to look at. Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so it is 15 after. Everybody ready for another sprint?
I'm going to hop off because I am going to go try to watch the game.
Okay.
Good luck.
But I will see you guys Monday. Well, no,
Yes.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
you sent me the email, but there was no link.
The link would help.
That's kind of helpful. Yeah.
I will do it. I will do it. I will send you the link right now.
No worries. Thank
All
you,
right.
dear.
See everybody tomorrow.
Bye. Hope you can find your game.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and read to the top of the hour. Happy reading, everyone.
Happy reading.
Happy reading.
So how did everybody do?
I started and got a third of the way through an old Nancy Drew.
Oh.
Because I was in the mood for it. Fatal Ransom. She's like investigating this kid who gets kidnapped, and this book was written in 87. And they give the odd amount of $475,000. So I had to check it out. And in today's money, it's $1.7 million. I'm like, that's a big ransom.
Oh, wow. That is a big ransom, yeah. Yeah, it's funny when you read books from back then and the amount, it sounds so small. But if you put it in the context of today, it's quite a big amount.
Yeah, they said, I found this website that said, if you look at prices in the 80s, it's 3.29 times higher now.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
So I got to page 90 in Spineless. It's kind of fun. He's wanting to be a naturalist, and his favorite, he has a hero. It was a something champion. I can't remember, but he's a naturalist, and that guy is at the same hotel, and he just found out that his hero is not as good as he was,
Yeah.
Because he's supposed to be a naturalist and protect animals and all that stuff, and they found his boat, his airship or whatever it was full of dead birds and stuff because they were getting the plumage, because during that time when the plumage was something that the women wore on their hats.
Yeah, they had all the feathers and stuff. Yeah.
And everything. And so he's very disappointed because his
hero
failed, and so he's like, he's supposed to save animals, not kill them.
Yeah. Aw.
Oh, there's Mr. Francie. Hello. You disappeared.
I did. I'm so sorry. So whenever I do a stream and I'm on camera, I put my phone on airplane mode, basically, do not disturb, whatever you call it. And somehow a call came through. Whenever they do, it messes with the volume. So I just disconnected and reconnected. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. Yeah.
All good.
So how was your Dracula reading?
Good. I am about a third of the way through chapter 10, which isn't too bad considering I want to get up to chapter 14. I'm not that far away. So,
cool. Yeah. Not too bad. Yeah. So Jane says she wants to read the rest of Riley Sager's books. She's only read 2 so far. And there's a bunch of people saying bye to Tiffany. And then Anita
Sarah,
said
I missed your update. How's your? I just want to quickly ask how your book's going because it sounded interesting.
Oh, the Nancy Drew? I literally just started it.
She changed books.
Oh, I changed books. Oh, you mean the If the Shoe Fits?
Yes.
This one is delightful.
Nice.
It is really, really good.
I might have to add it to my TBR.
Yeah, it's adult. Like it's adults, but it's not graphic.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And she's getting there's fat shaming in here because they're at if you've ever seen the Bachelor type TV show where all the women meet and they're all standing around and this one girl comes up to her and says, "You're so brave for wearing a dress that looks like that." Yeah. And she's just like, you know what? Kiss my patootie, right?
Nice.
So I like her a lot. No, I think it's one you might really like. If you like retelling.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I definitely think I need to add to my TBR. I'm sorry, I just want to check in.
Yeah, no worries.
Cinderella is like one of my favorites, so I do like retellings if they're done really well, and that sounds
well. Fun. And the other thing about this is because the publisher is actually Disney. Hyperon is actually Disney, owned by Disney. So the fun thing is, if you're a fan of the Disney version of Cinderella, the stepsisters are not evil. Like the stepmother and stepsisters are not evil. They all get along, but their names are similar to the stepsisters in the movie. And she has 3 half siblings, they're only 4 years old, and they're named after the mice. So Gus and Jack, and if you're a fan of the Disney version of Cinderella, you'll really like this. The references, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Disney one, but I also like the Roger and Hammerstein, but I really like the Disney one too.
Yeah,
because I always like the Gus.
Gus. Gus, yeah. But we call our cat Gus because I swear that's what he looks like, is a Gus.
Oh, I love it.
And Sherry says, hello, just finished making dinner. And before anyone asked, we had manwich, broccoli, rice, and pickles. We'll be listening to Lion of Mars.
My husband loves manwich. I have never gotten into it. Sorry.
Yeah, I like sloppy joes, but we do open-faced ones because they're just too messy putting them together and trying to. It all falls out anyway, so it's like
I know, right? Yeah.
We just put it on bread and just put it on the top.
Exactly.
Is it like a mincemeaty type of filling on bread? We don't have it here.
Okay, manwich is like a sauce.
Yeah.
And you put it in the hamburger and mix it up, and you can look up sloppy joes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sloppy joes, basically.
Yeah. It's just a sauce for sloppy joes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called manwich.
Mm-hmm.
Is the brand name.
Yeah. Oh, yum. Thank you. Sorry.
Distracted by food.
It's okay. It's like whenever somebody from a different country mentions something, it's like, what?
Yeah.
It's true. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And Bev says going to read Curse of the Day. Sounds interesting.
Nice.
And Sherry says, just going through the chat, and I have to say, Team Blue Raspberry. I don't care for lemon or cherry.
Had one. We went to Dairy Queen the other day, and I got the Misty. Is that what they're called? And I got the Blue Raspberry Misty. It's like my favorite.
Yeah.
And Sherry says, I really need to get rolling on Dracula. I've been spending so much time with Gone with the Wind. I'm on chapter 36 of Gone with the Wind. I'm getting there.
Good for you.
That's fantastic.
I don't remember what chapter I'm on.
I just want to quickly say, Sherry, if you're saying that for the buddy read, you have the whole month to read it. So don't get too concerned.
I was going to try to fit it in if I have a chance, because I do have it on, since I used to have Audible, so I have all of my books from there, my audiobooks, and so I still have Dracula on there. So it's like, maybe I'll try to give it a try again. Yeah, in Gone with the Wind, like Scarlett's with Frank, and that whole thing with that.
Oh, her marriage to Frank. Yes, I forgot about that.
He's so horrible. In my chat, I put like the little face with the like little expletive on it because I was like, what she does to her sister. It was like, oh, that's just horrible.
I'm further. I think I'm on chapter like 24, 25. She's just arrived back at Terra after the siege. So, and she's the way she treats her son, it just like,
like, he's just there. He's just there.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's horrible. It's like, I would have thought the further I got in, I might like Scarlett more, but no.
I'm being honest, and I love the book. Scarlett is not a likable character.
I like Mammy.
I love Mammy.
She's just kind of a tell it like it is kind of like.
And I do love Melanie. Like, I adore Melanie. I can't stand Ashley. Ashley.
Yeah.
And I'm so sick of hearing, Ashley. Oh my God, shut up, Scarlett.
It's like, move on. He's like married to Melody. Just leave
and
her
I'm
alone.
sorry. Look at the movie. Rhett Butler or the guy who played Ashley.
Exactly. I know, and that's like what I picture in my head. So it's like,
I know.
Come on now, Rhett Butler, man. It's like, and I like how he just tells her like what he thinks of her is kind of fun. It's like, I think when I watched the movie whenever I was 18, I was thinking there was going to be like this happily ever after type thing. So I think that's why when I watched it, I was like, I can't believe you made me watch this. And I hated Gone with the Wind. But I do think that because I know how it is and reading the book, it's like, you know what? Yeah, he just needs to tell her off and just be, because I'm like, I really don't like her.
It's completely like Scarlett's story. And one of my favorite Simpsons, like I love the Simpsons. One of my favorite Simpsons bits is they were at the seniors home and they were showing
Yeah.
Gone with the Wind for seniors with a happy ending. So at that scene where Rhett leaves, he's like, "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn," and slams the door. It's like, "Frankly, my dear, I love you. We should get married." And then the end credits roll. It's one of my favorite bits of The Simpsons.
Yeah, and I think my 18-year-old self was like, "No, you're not. That's not how it's supposed to end. You're supposed to go back and know it's supposed to be."
I know.
But now that I'm older, reading this, I'm thinking, oh, "Go Red."
Go Red, yeah.
No, with Johara says, "Hi, I just joined," and Jane said, "Finished Betrayal in Death, 4 stars, listening to a chapter of Dracula up to chapter 13. Just listened to a scene that made me cringe."
Ooh.
And the green stick on it said, "Finished A Wrinkle in Time. I really liked it. Plan on reading the rest of the books in the quintet in the future." Cool.
Nice.
That's one that I've never read. I watched a movie about it. I've never read the book.
I've never read the book. It's a staple, like a children's classic, I think.
And that's the thing. It's like there's a lot of children's classics I don't think I've ever read.
I was too busy reading The Babysitter's Club.
I think I went from like kids' books to Stephen King, and so I just skipped over all the other stuff.
Mine was Babysitter's Club, Sweet Valley, V.C. Andrews.
That was a big switch.
On that, can I ask a quick question? With Babysitter's Club, do they change perspective every book, or is it the same perspective in every book?
Like from different characters' points of view?
Yeah.
Correct. So if you look at the second book, it's called Claudia and the Phantom Phone Calls. So Claudia tells the story in first person. That's how you know who tells the stories, whose ever name is in the title.
Right. That's good. Then we get to know like their internal stuff and all that. Yeah. Cool.
Agreed. Yeah. And as a kid, it's fun because it's like you get your favorite babysitter and it's like, oh, whose story is next? You know what I mean? And the super specials, the big thick ones, are told from all of their perspectives. So every chapter you're switching. And what I love is you probably notice it in the book that certain chapters have them doing handwriting, like they're writing in a notebook. Yeah. So in the super specials, each chapter starts with like a handwritten, little note or something like that. I'm going to geek myself out. I had the video game when I was a kid and I had all the fonts that were their handwriting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was fun.
I didn't even know there was a video game.
There was a video, like a PC game. Yeah.
I didn't know. Yeah. See, I played a Nancy Drew game on my computer before, but I didn't know they had one.
Oh, see, I've heard of the Nancy Drews, but I never played them.
Cool. Wow. I read a chapter of the graphic novel of the Babysitter's Club so far. It's cute. I like the graphic novels.
Yeah.
I don't have...
That's like all her Babysitter's Club stuff back there.
I only have a handful of them, but I have book number 100.
Oh wow, 100.
Worst idea. And then I got this. Okay, so this is the complete guide to the Babysitter's Club. So this is like Geek Central. So I just got to show you. So like each part of it. It's like, okay, so Babysitter's Club, it tells you Jessie, right? And as you're reading it, it gives you her age, her address. And then, like, for example, it says she's a terrible letter writer. And it references what book they tell you that in.
Oh, that's
wow.
I'm not kidding. Like, this is cool. And a full map of Stony Brook.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
I had the dolls, I had the video games, I had the board games. Wow. I was obsessed when I was a kid.
I know every time I see those out in the wild, I always think about you.
The wild.
Like, Sarah. This is for Sarah.
So yeah, any Babysitter's Club questions, just ask.
I will. I'll defer them to you. Yeah.
So Sherry reached 52% and Cajun 89%. And Hannah says, I made it to 80% and survived the night. She'll have that finished by the end of the night, probably. You probably do after sprints or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he finished half. Cool.
Nice.
Nice.
Lambergen finished the last short story, so a SAS series finished, and finished
Awesome.
another short story from a different series. There you go.
Wonderful.
Mel Max 18 pages, and
That's
Mel
good.
said, "There's no raspberry emoji, let alone a blue raspberry.
Blue raspberry one.
So she couldn't put an emoji." And Johar said, "I'll be reading the next book in the Seekers, The Forest of Wolves."
Nice.
She is almost done with her reread of the Seeker series. That's her very favorite series. We all know that. And Sherry says, "That's okay, Melmac." And Sherry says, "Ashley is a wimp."
Thank
Yes.
you.
And Melmac said, "Melanies are good people."
Good people,
She's
yeah.
a Melanie, so she's like, Melanies are
I
good.
adore Melanie. Melly.
Mhm. And Sherry says, "But the movie Gone with the Wind still has two of the most spectacular scenes in movie history. One, Scarlett standing among the dead and dying soldiers, a lion in the street, and burning of Atlanta." Yes.
Yep. The depot, where she's at the depot. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think that's like one of the things, like, Scarlett drives me crazy, but I haven't really read a lot of Civil War type books. And so, just imagining and I don't imagine things. I don't see things in my head like a lot of people who read do.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I have to kind of take time to just try to imagine it myself, like the siege and everything. And here you are, you're afraid. There's no men to protect you. There's these women there, these soldiers, the Union soldiers coming through there, burning everybody's houses down. And, it was crazy. I think that's kind of like what I like about the book so far.
And I mean, I understand, and like, a lot of people be like, and I get it. Gone with the Wind is a very problematic book because she's a slave owner and she's an unapologetic slave owner.
Yes.
Right? Like she is not a good person. You know what I mean? But it's the story, and I do find it very interesting. More so for what actually happened, like the war itself. And then the aftermath of the war.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So from a
the rebuild and everything.
Yeah. Like, so that's why I find it very interesting.
That's why I said I like Mammy, because she's just so straightforward. So the black lady, she's like, whenever Scarlett's like, "You need to go do this," and she's like, "I don't have to do that.
No, child, it's not happening."
No. But she's still stuck with the family because that's what she knew and that's what she knows. And Scarlett is her person that she has raised Scarlett and everything. And so she'll do just about anything for Scarlett. But no, she's not going to do that. What Scarlett says that, no, I don't have to. But I'm going to stick with you, but I don't have to. So
I think the woman who played Mammy in the movie, I think she's the first African-American woman to win an Oscar. I think. For best supporting. I think so.
Nice.
Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone in the comments.
And Greenstick Cottage says, "I'm going to have to watch the movie again after I finish reading Gone with the Wind." Yeah, that's why I was so excited when I saw that, like, the 4-set DVD for $1. I was like, I was saying how I want to watch the movie after I get done reading it. And I'm like, I don't really want to pay like a bunch for it. And I know it's not going to be free anywhere because it's Gone with the Wind, right? So when I found the DVD set for $1, I was like, oh, it's a good find at the flea market. I found it. But it's weird because like everywhere I go, I see plates with Gone with the Wind on it and cups with Gone with the Wind on it. And I'm like, posters of Gone with the Wind. And I'm like, what the heck?
I have Barbie dolls of Scarlett in the iconic dresses, the red dress, the green dress, the one when she married Rhett and went to New Orleans. I have like, it's a huge cottage industry. Collectors have Gone with the Wind.
Yeah. And Johara says, "I'm a tad obsessed." Just a tad. And Cozy says, "Storm, if someone said Winnie the Pooh, you can't picture him in your head." No, I can picture the show that I've seen because I know what Winnie the Pooh looks like, but like I don't see a picture in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yep.
Gotcha.
Sarah, I can confirm for you, Hattie McDaniel, first African American woman to win an Oscar.
Thought so.
Yeah.
Totally deserved.
And that's what Sherry says. The historical aspects are the best parts of the book. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And she said she's the first African American to win.
To win, period. Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, fabulous. Good for her.
And yeah, Hattie McDaniels. You were right.
Yeah, she was. Mammy is a great character.
Yeah, she is pretty cool. And Hannah,
still feel like Gone with the Wind.
It's okay to be wrong, Hannah. I'll be like Tiffany. It's okay to be wrong.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, I haven't read it, so I don't know if I'll like it or not yet, but I'll get to it.
I do think it's really good on audio to listen.
The narrator on audio is brilliant. She's doing a great job.
Nice.
Yeah, and she does really good with like the broken English parts type stuff that they had that they spoke and everything. Because I'm like, I would never be able to do that because I'm trying to read that and I'm like, how in the world does she speak that so well? Because even me trying to read it, I'm like, yeah, I can't do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would never guess that you haven't read it, Johara. You know, she's a fantasy reader. She reads mostly fantasy stuff, I think, and like.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. Well, we have got to the end of the comments, and I have not had anything to eat, so I think this is a good place to stop, and I can go get me a snack. It's probably not going to eat anything big because it's like almost 8:30, but I am a little hungry. Oh, and Cav says I'm with Hannah, Gone with the Wind. Blast Scarlet is just
Yeah, not disagreeing.
And Terry says, and no African American wrote again until Sidney Poitier won many years later. Oh,
for Lilies of the Field. Oh, okay.
I like that movie.
I've never seen it.
And Mel says, I don't know if I like Gone with the Wind or not. I haven't read it or watched it.
My recommendation is don't pick it up to read if you're to put in the 40, 50 plus hours on audio. If you're not sure.
Yeah. And Johar says, I feel called out. And it says, I got in trouble the first time I saw the movie, which was at the drive-in. I was 15, went past my curfew. So I had some bad memories of Oops. Didn't know the movie was going to be so long, right? Because it's like 3 hours. Yeah, it's a long one. And Johar says it's true.
Didn't get very far.
I tried to read it, but didn't get very far. Yeah. And Green Stick Guy said, I remember there's a book that tells a Mammy's story called Ruth's Journey by Daniel McCraig.
I'll have to look that up.
And then Hannah says, Cav, and the slavery thing is not for me. Yes. That's why I was like, it's not for everybody.
It's a hard book to get through.
And it is. Yeah. There's some parts that's just like, oh my goodness. And stuff. But yeah, like it's a history thing for me. I just like to read it, I think, for the history.
It's not a good bit of history, but it's history nonetheless.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd rather spend my fictional time in other realities.
But that's why I'm not only reading Gone with the Wind. I'm also reading,
I don't think I could just
reality dating shows.
Yeah, I don't think I could just read this big mammoth book and everything. Did you see my comment yesterday? I had left your Discord sprints, Mr. Francie, but I said you should split your Brandon Sanderson up into 2 months like I did.
Yeah, and I'm going to do that. If I remember, which is the big if, I will start reading Rhythm of War in June, and I will probably do like an hour a day or a chapter a day, something like that. And progressively make my way through like your progressively making yours.
I think it works really well to do that when you have like a book that's over 1,000 pages to just kind of split it up with
I
all
think
the
it's
other good stuff.
1,200 pages or something.
Yeah, I think I would get very bogged down and very bummed out if I just read Gone with the Wind straight and didn't read anything.
Yeah.
It's not a happy story
No, it's not
at
a
all.
story, no.
No. But I'm doing that because I have a lot of people on my channel like saying that they want to do an Outlander read along, and I
Okay.
might do it like 2 months per book, but then take a month off in between because they're dense books as well. You know what I mean? And you kind of need a break.
If you do that, I will have to join in because I keep saying one of these days I will try Outlander. I actually have the audiobook of it.
Audio. The only way to read Outlander is by audio. The only way.
I bought the book like when I had Audible like a long time ago, and it's just sat there because that 40-something hours stares at me, and I'm like, do I really want to read it?
Narration is just it. She could read a shopping list. The narrator is
She does have a very nice
it's
voice.
Davina Porter.
She does have
Brilliant.
a very nice voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe in the summer we'll start that. We'll discuss.
Cool. That'll be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'm like, I like historical romances. I don't know why I feel like, oh, that's such a big book. I just,
But it's not. The brilliant part about Outlander is, yes, it's a romance, but it's a science fiction. It's a fantasy. It's just a historical novel. It's time travel. It's all the thing. Like when the show was on Stars and my dad was alive, Dad would come into the room and Mom would be watching. He's like, "Oh, this is like kissy kissy." And then there'd be like a battle scene. And he'd be like, "Oh," and he'd be sitting down to watch, right? Like, oh, they're fighting.
It's like we watching something and Dad's like, "Oh," and then he walks through to go get something and he's like, as he's walking through, it's like, yeah, it's not all romance. There's some battle scenes in there.
Yeah.
Hannah says, I think you could work out to the Outlander books. And then Sherry says, I got Outlander on my TBR, so I can be there.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe like July or something like that. We'll see.
Yeah. July. It's my birthday month. Greenstick said Sarah McCraig also wrote Rhett Butler's People, basically Gone with the Wind from Rhett's perspective. His books are approved by the Mitchell family. Cool.
And I know Scarlet is the sequel to Gone with, but I won't read. Gone with the Wind is where I'm gonna. That's good enough.
I have Scarlet, and I will read it. I think at some point, but like probably not this year. But I know Melissa from Libraries and Labradors really liked it.
She really liked it,
and so I'm like, I'll give it a try, but probably down the line a little bit.
Yeah.
But I found it for $3, so I picked it up. So it was one of those.
Geez, you can't say no to that.
Yeah, so yeah, I picked it up. Okay, so what do you have coming up on your channel, Sarah?
Sunday is a vlog. That's pretty much all I've got right now.
How about you, Mr. Francie?
In the words of my dear friend Stormy, I don't know. I have plans, but I don't know what order they're going to be in. So you'll have to wait and see.
I am working on editing my April wrap-up, so maybe it'll get up here soon. And Sherry says no school in July, so that'd be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
And then Mel says Cold Mountain is a good Civil War era movie.
Is that the one with Kidman?
I think so.
I'm not a fan of hers.
Me neither. But I think that's
she married my Keith Urban, and I'm very, very upset because he was promised to me. And I mean, I was already married. But
I was gonna say, even though that's
neither here nor there.
And Sherry's with you says it won't touch Scarlet either.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so everybody, we're going to wrap this up, and tomorrow we'll be on Tiffany, the Beach Bum Bookworms channel at noon EST time, and so be prepared to talk about cozies and all kinds of good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Mel says, and Jude Law, so Jude Law was in that.
Oh, okay, well that might sway me. All right.
And Hannah says, Mr. Francie will figure it out as he goes on. And Renee Zellweger, I think she won an Oscar for it.
Oh, interesting.
Cool. Okay, everybody, have a good night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.